Hey guys, Liz Stapleton from elizabethstapleton.com, and today I'm going to be talking about the difference a solid Pinterest profile, a solid Pinterest foundation can make when it comes to your Pinterest strategy. If you like this video, please take a second to like and subscribe. It really helps me to grow this channel so I can help more people. So let's go ahead and dig in. So Pinterest is a great platform because it's a search engine. It's not social media, even though it gets lumped into the social media pile quite often. It's a visual search engine, which means it's fantastic to market your content on because you can, put your pins there, and you can usually get things going a little faster in Pinterest than you do in ranking in Google, but obviously in for both. So perfecting your Pinterest profile can really make a difference because it just sort of sets that solid foundation. So when I worked with some people to help them start doing better on Pinterest, one of the first things they did was audit their profiles and go through and say, you need to make these changes, do this, 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 and this. And as soon as they did that, they started to see huge leaps in their monthly viewers. Now, monthly viewers do not directly correlate to click-throughs to your site, but the more people that are viewing your profile and your pins, the higher likelihood, the more chances you have for people to be clicking on those pins. So click-worthiness, that'll be in another video coming up. But setting that solid foundation really can help raise your viewership on Pinterest so that you can work on getting more clicks. Okay, so there's lots of different areas, on your profile, probably more than you realize, that you want to optimize. So choosing your name and profile picture. So your profile picture, ideally a picture of you. You could do your logo if you really want, but being able to see a human, a real person, I think really means something. And it used to be, if you were a guy, that you should have a picture of you and a woman. But the number of men on Pinterest is increasing. So I would just do a picture of you. If you're a dude, do just a picture of you. That's cool. It doesn't have to be a woman. So yeah, and then your name. Now it seems obvious. You're like, I just put my name, right? But you have 30 characters in there, and a lot of names aren't 30 characters. So for example, my website, elizabethstapleton.com, my Pinterest profile name is Liz, and then it's blog and business marketing. I probably need to update that a little bit, but it's fine for now. Sometimes you'll see Pinterest profiles that have super long names, and you're like, how did they get that in there when I'm only allowed 30 characters? Well, there didn't used to be a 30 character limit. So actually my other site, Less Debt More Wine, which is kind of on the back burner, but if you go look at that Pinterest profile, it's like super long. I've got like 5 keywords in there. And it's sort of grandfathered in. I haven't changed it since they changed that rule, because if I were to try to update that profile name, I would be once again limited to 30 characters. So I don't even want to mess with it. But so if you see people with super long names on Pinterest, that's why. It's because Pinterest didn't used to restrict that. Okay, so when choosing your name, I would recommend either like your first name or your business name if it's not super long, and using keywords. So if your business name kind of is a keyword, so Less Debt More Wine, like kind of keyword-ish, but I don't have my name Liz on that Less Debt More Wine profile. It just says Less Debt More Wine, personal finance, paying off student debt, and having a life, which is super long. But if you can kind of squeeze in, so like on Elizabeth Stapleton, I do Liz blog and business marketing. So I can kind of squeeze in some keywords just so people have an idea of what I'm about when they see my profile. Okay. Another place that you can optimize is with your personal boards. A lot of people will go in, because especially when you set it up right, everyone's like, oh, have like 10 to 20 boards that are your own. You go and you set them up, and then you never really look at them again. You pin to them, hopefully. But you should definitely go back and look at them and make sure they are optimized to max. So that includes writing a keyword-rich description. Write it for a human. Don't write it for a machine. Don't keyword stuff. Pinterest doesn't like that. So write sentences. Don't just write a string of keywords. Okay. And then in your titles, in your board titles, use keywords as well. So don't do cutesy names. Don't do, so for example, because Less Debt More Wine. So I wouldn't want to do LDMW budgeting tips. People brand their boards with their brand initials, and they put them in front. If you want to brand your board, put it at the end of the board name, because in search, that's going to get cut off when people see the board name, and you want them to see the keyword first, because they're not going to have any idea what it's about if they see LDMW-BUH. So, either don't brand your board name titles because I really think it's unnecessary, or if you're going to do it, put it at the end and make sure the keyword title is at the beginning. Okay. And then you also want to, in your board settings, decide what category you fit into. Because there's like fashion, there's I think garden, there's all sorts, there's wedding, there's all sorts of stuff. Unfortunately, there's not a personal finance one or a blogging one. So maybe you're doing like education. But if you're a food blogger, go ahead and select like food or recipes or whatever the category is. So definitely go in and choose a category. Don't leave that blank. It helps Pinterest understand what your board's about, which could help it be found. Okay, so what else can you optimize? Oh, and I should say, basically, on Pinterest, when it comes to deciding on what personal boards you want, I say personal because it's your business's personal boards. Basically, anything that could be a category on your blog should be a board on your Pinterest. Okay, don't do just a general Pinterest profile because Pinterest isn't going to understand what you're about. People going to your profile and seeing like all these random general boards aren't going to understand what you're about. Okay, so Less Dirt More Wine, it's about personal finance. So I have personal finance, I have budgeting tips, I have side hustles, I have paying off student debt. It's all money focused. And on ElizabethStapleton.com, I've got like all business type focused. In the blog post that goes along with this video that you should definitely check out at ElizabethStapleton.com, I will link to in the description. I mentioned all the boards for a client I did, the Wired Runner. He has boards called running gear, men's running gear, women's running gear, waterproof running gear, running GPS watches, workout clothing, best running shoes, fitness trackers, running nutrition, cross-country running, triathlon running, running tips. If you were to guess what his site is about, you would probably guess running, and that's reflected in his Pinterest profile. So make sure your Pinterest profile for your business is reflecting what your business is about. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use Pinterest for personal reasons, but any boards that you're using for personal reasons should be secret boards and not visible on your Pinterest profile to others. Because on Less Dirt More Wine, on that Pinterest profile, I totally have a board on Pixie haircuts because I used to have one. I miss it. I will go back to it someday. But it is a secret board. You do not see it when you go to that profile because it has nothing to do with what Less Dirt More Wine is about. But Pinterest is an awesome tool, and I sometimes use it for my own personal use. So just keep that in mind. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is kind of the visual representation of your profile. So there's lots of ways your boards can be ordered. I think it's defaulted to like most recently pinned to, which means your boards are moving around a lot. I would recommend doing drag and drop and dropping them into the order you want with your personal boards at the top and any group boards at the bottom. And your very first board should be your best of board. So the best of your site, which is a board that has only your content and no one else's. Okay. And then also in the sort of background of your profile, so at the top, it does like a collage of your pins. Select your best of board for that collage because then it will only be your content up there, which just, it's great to sort of display your content, right? You want your stuff to be seen the most. But like I said, optimizing your profile can make a big difference in your monthly views. So someone that I worked with, Amanda Page, saw her monthly views jump over 2,000 in a day just from making tweaks to her profile. She started with like next to nothing, and then she was like seeing thousands of monthly views by tweaking her profile. So, I mean, that number can go up and down a lot, and I wouldn't like live and die by your monthly views. But again, the more views you're getting, the more opportunities you have for people to click. So, and I just want to conclude this video with an opportunity. So I mentioned Amanda because I did an audit of her profile. So I know she found it really helpful. I did a couple other people as well, but I'm doing a giveaway where I'm giving away a Pinterest profile audit. I'm also going to do a one-on-one 1-hour Pinterest consultation with you. So you can ask me all of your Pinterest questions because I do work full-time as a Pinterest manager for bloggers. So you can ask me all your Pinterest questions. We can try to come up with a strategy for you. And I'll also be giving away 5 custom branded pin templates. So I will make Pinterest templates, image templates for you using, your colors, your fonts and stuff so that you can just drag and drop stuff into them. Don't know what that word was. so that you're being quicker at creating Pinterest images so that you can really get going on Pinterest. And then I'm also giving away 2 months of Tailwind, which is a Pinterest scheduler that I highly recommend. Um, so yeah, so that's a giveaway. You can enter to win at elizabethstapleton.com. So if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely head over there and enter. The giveaway ends April 21st, 2019. So got a couple weeks left to enter. And it's a great chance. So you don't just get one chance to enter, right? So once you enter, you'll be given a unique URL. And if you share that and people enter the giveaway through your lucky URL, you'll get 5 more entries. So you can increase your chances to win by sharing the giveaway as well. So head over to elizabethstapleton.com, go enter the giveaway. It's called the Rock Your Pinterest giveaway, and I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I hope this helped you guys to understand sort of the difference a solid Pinterest foundation can make. I hope you enter the giveaway, and I hope you win. Good luck.